Well, hello there. So I'm back again working on the porch. Today's the day I start framing walls. I've already got the uh, roof rafters cut. My contractor laid out a pattern for me, and I was able to cut all 32 roof rafters ahead of time. So when we get to that point, it'll just be a breeze to just put them all up. We won't have to really do any cutting. Although I didn't cut the ends where the soffit is. We'll do that after it's all assembled. 7 down, 25 to go. But today is framing day. I'm going to start some framing now. I'm a one-man operation today, so I've got a 20-foot span here, and I'm going to do the walls in two sections, two 10-foot sections. But before I get started with any of that, I've got to do the layout. That'll be after this next step, which is I've got to cut the siding in preparation for the wall to butt up against the house. That's where I'm at. The rest of the porch is done. That's 2x12 beams. Well, there's 3 2x12s made to make up each beam, and then 2x10 pressure treated for the floor joists, and then Advantech subflooring on top of that. I'm not a pro. This is new to me, so I feel like I'll get it right, but I won't be quick at it. So the only other thing that we already did, we had to move the dryer vent, which you can see is there. We drilled a new hole and took the 4-inch plug out and inserted it into the original hole to block all that off. Put some ice and water shield on it, and it's all covered up and good to go. I was less concerned with the siding on the inside of the room, because chances are we're not going to keep this vinyl in here. We're going to do something else. But what I really tried to do is not cut the house wrap, but I think it's not going to matter so much, because we're going to end up putting an ice and water shield material on that corner anyway. But that's why I hired a contractor, because he'll know exactly what to do there. I'm going to build this wall in two 10-foot sections. That way it won't be too heavy for me to lift up solo. But I got to measure out everything, and I'm going to end up with 4 windows on this wall. So there'll be 2 windows in this section and 2 windows in the other section. So building the headers are next, and I thought about using 2x10s because I have extras, but 2x10 seems like overkill for a 30-inch wide window. So I think I'm just going to use 2x6 for the headers, but I'll sandwich them with plywood. And what that'll do for me is I'm going to end up using 3 pieces of 2x6 and 2 pieces of 1/2-inch plywood, and that'll give me the exact thickness of the wall, which is 5.5 inches. So I got my header material here, and it's basically a plywood sandwich. This is 5.5 inches now, so when I put this in my wall, it'll be flush on the outside and on the inside. And this is how it'll look in the wall. And its intention is to carry the weight down on these jack studs around the window.